Hey, Bedros Keuilian here, and I'm president of Fit Body Boot Camp, the indoor fitness boot camp franchise. And a lot of people ask us, what does a Fit Body Boot Camp franchise cost? And so what I wanted to do is talk to you about the cost of a Fit Body Boot Camp franchise, both the onboarding process, and then of course what you would look at spending on a month-to-month basis when it comes to overhead, employees, and so on, right? Because it just makes sense that you'd want to know what a cost of operating a business would be before you get in on it. Now, here's what you need to know. When we built Fit Body Bootcamp franchise, we built it from the ground up to be the anti-franchise franchise. Now, what I mean by that is we kind of have redefined what the franchise industry should offer their franchisees, right? Which would be you. Essentially, there was a time when you can't own a franchise like the big food chains or the big ice cream chains unless you were to put in 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, or even a couple million plus, right? McDonald's comes to mind, for example. And when we talk about fitness franchise, well, we know there's other big chain fitness franchises that cost anywhere from $70,000 to $200,000 just to get on board and to buy the equipment from them, never mind the actual build-out process of this thing. So franchises can get expensive. So what we did is we created the anti-franchise franchise. And our commitment was to keep the cost of coming on board the Fit Body Bootcamp franchise model at under $10,000. So the price point is $9,997 to come on board to Fit Body Bootcamp. Now, the other thing that we did, which is very unique, and a lot of the franchisors in the industry are kind of looking down on us because we're kind of redefining what a franchisor, that's us, should do for their franchisees, which would be you, is we're over-delivering on the service. So gone are the days of, hey, here's our model, here's our brand, here's our logo, here's our protected territory, and go and figure out how to use the thing. We've redefined the whole business model by saying, hey, we're not just going to make it a do-it-yourself marketing, we're not just going to teach you how to do it, rather we're going to do it for you. And so our entire business model has become done-for-you marketing as it relates to Fit Body Bootcamp, which means we'll make your Fit Body Bootcamp website. We'll optimize it for 22 keywords that people in your community are searching for. We'll help you with getting traffic from Facebook and Google, right? So we do all the search engine optimization, and we'll even manage your Google and Facebook pay-per-click ads. So rather than you having to hire someone on the outside to manage your AdWords campaign or your Facebook marketing campaigns, we'll manage all that for you. You just tell us the budget that you want to invest. Best of all, we've got in-house Google certified ad campaign managers, and so they're going to get the most leads for every penny spent on your marketing, right? But in addition to that, we also do big Groupon promotions on your behalf. For example, next month we've got a national Groupon promotion where all the Fit Body Bootcamp locations across the United States are coming together, and we organize it with Groupon, and we're doing a great big Groupon promotion. Now that helps you out as well as helps Groupon out, obviously, because they'd rather send an email out to a franchise that has multiple locations across the states versus just a one-off business or two local businesses where most of the people on the email list aren't going to hear from them. Now, another way we've kind of redefined the franchise space, and you know, I think this is one of the biggest feathers in our caps, if you don't mind me saying so, is typically when let's say a business is doing, I don't know, $20,000 a month, right? Nice round figure. And let's say that the average franchisor charges anywhere from 6 to 8% royalty fees, right? The monthly royalty fees. Well, that's all well and good. However, we decided that we're not going to do a monthly royalty fees because even on the low end at 6%, if your location was making $20,000 a month, 6% means you're paying the franchisor about $1,200 a month for royalty fees, which means if you then take your location from $20,000 to $30,000 a month in revenue, now you're paying $1,500 a month. So the whole percentage model to me does not make sense because the way I see it, the harder you work and the more money you make, the more you're being punished by paying out as a royalty fee. So we did something completely different, and we said, hey, there's going to be a flat fee instead of a percentage fee. And right now, currently, as of what are we in? At the end of 2012, currently it's $497 a month. So you can see it's a fraction of what you would be paying if your location was making $20,000 a month and you were paying 6% franchise fee. So these are the things that make us the anti-franchise franchise. So you know that it's $9,900 to come on board, and you know it's $497 a month on a franchise fee versus a percentage. And a lot of people ask us, well, what if I can't afford the upfront fee, even though it's low, and you've done that to kind of get as many people on board and help as many people achieve the American dream? Well, if you can't afford the $9,997, as long as your financials are good, right, we'll even break that up into 3 equal payments without charging you any additional income or fee or a percentage or whatever. We just do that to get you on board and help you out. And those are the things that I think franchisors moving forward, where the industry is going, those are the things they need to do to service their franchisees. And, I'm happy to say that we're kind of proud to be beating the path and redefining what franchisors should be doing for their franchisees. Now, as far as starting a location, well, again, this is where Fit Body Bootcamp has a tremendous benefit over any other kind of fitness facility or even a fitness franchise facility startup, because you don't have to buy much equipment. In fact, typically $4,000 to $5,000 gets you all the equipment you need, from the suspension straps to the battling ropes to the kettlebells to the sliders to the smash balls, the plyo boxes, the jump ropes, everything you need, even the sets of dumbbells you need. And if you don't want to go out and buy those, we've already pre-negotiated deals with TRX and with the floor matting place, where you'll get anywhere from as little as 10 to as much as 30% off all of your equipment. And we have no problem consolidating that and getting it for you and shipping it out to you, which is what we do for many of our franchisees. Again, it's how we've become the anti-franchise franchise, right? Redefining the whole industry. And so the cost of equipment is very cheap. And of course, because you're only going to have 1 or 2 employees, typically either 2 part-time trainers and yourself, or maybe a full-time trainer yourself and an assistant, the profit margins are really high, which means you're doing one-on-many training instead of one-on-one, like typical personal training, right? So when you really think about it, payroll is really controlled. And just to give you the average numbers, if you were to get 49 clients at $197 per month, you're officially a $100,000 a year business. That makes you a 6-figure business, right? 49 clients. Now, I bet I can probably go knock on enough doors in the next 10 days and talk to enough people where I'd be able to get 49 people to commit to paying $197 a month in exchange for the value and the training services I was going to give them. Now, there's plenty of profit to be made there if you can manage your overhead, right? If you can manage your marketing costs, which is why we take care of the majority of your marketing costs for you. And then the things that we can't do, like we can't get internal referrals for you, you're the one that's going to have to run the referral systems within your facility. We teach you how to run that stuff. And it's important to have referral generation contests, programs, actual direct mail pieces and stuff that we'll give you to send out to your current clients to stimulate and generate referrals. But most of the marketing is all covered under that $497 a month and all the services that comes with it. You even get access to the Fit Body Bootcamp owners membership site that's packed with over 53 different marketing, lead generation, and reactivation systems to help you get the most out of your location. So the only other expense that you're really looking at, once you have payroll covered and you've got that kept to a minimum, and you've got obviously your franchise fee covered and controlled and kept to a minimum, is overhead by way of rent. And typically, you want to control your overhead as much as you can. And so we'd rather you open up your Fit Body Bootcamp facility inside of a light industrial center where rent is far cheaper per square foot versus a strip mall or a commercial mall where rent is more expensive. Now, when do we encourage you to open up a place that's in a strip mall or a commercial strip center? Well, typically if the rent is similar to what you would pay in a light industrial place, right? Because if the rent's similar, it's nice and low, then there's no point in going to a light industrial center when you can be in a more visible area. Now, typically people will ask us, hey, well, now that I know the cost, what kind of square footage do I need for my Fit Body Bootcamp center? Just to give you an idea, some of our most successful Fit Body Bootcamp locations are ranging anywhere between 1,700 square feet to as much as 3,000 square feet. Now, the sweet spot there is about 2,000 to 2,500 square feet. But know that you can get as much as 25 clients per workout session in a 1,700 square foot, and you can get as much as 45, 50 clients in a 2,500 square foot facility, right? Let alone once you go 3,000 square feet. But again, you want to control your costs, so you just want to get as much as you need. And typically the sweet spot, like I said, is approximately 2,000 to 2,500 square feet. So I hope this gave you a lot more insight inside Fit Body Bootcamp and what it is that we do and what kind of costs you're expected to kind of see when you come on board. Again, our entire mission is to be the anti-franchise franchise, where we make the cost, the onboarding process, very affordable for you. We make staying on board affordable for you, and we make sure we give you so much support, content, and all the do-it-yourself and done-for-you marketing systems so that you can focus on what you do best, which is servicing your clients, building your local credibility and celebrity, and of course enjoying the freedom that comes with owning a successful fitness business. Now, if you have any more questions, you can just actually reach out to me. Just go to our website, just click the link in the description box down below. You can go to our website and hit the Contact Us button, and you can reach out to any one of us here at Fit Body Bootcamp Corporate, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. I'll see you later.